Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Lehman from Math with Mrs. Lehman, and I'm here today to go over a question from Part 2 of 2018's New York State Grade 6 test. This is our 4th review session in the playlist, so please don't forget to check out the other videos so that when you're sitting in front of this test, you don't, you're not surprised by the types of questions and some of the wording that you'll see. So anyway, let's dive right into this question. This next question involves volume, okay? We've got cube-shaped blocks that are packed into a cube-shaped storage container. They give us the edge length of the storage container, and that's 2.5 feet, right? They give us the edge length of the block, and they say that the edge length of each block is 1/5 the edge length of the storage container. So obviously these blocks that are going into the storage container are smaller. It says, what is the volume of one cube-shaped block? Not the storage container, but what is the volume of one of the blocks? So, to solve this, you first of all need to know how to find 1/5 of another number. So when you see something is 1/5 the edge, right, that means you're essentially taking 2.5 feet, you're dividing it by 5, okay? We're multiplying it by 1/5. So we're going to take 2.5 feet and we need to multiply it by 1/5. Right? So in order to do this, we first need to get 2.5, which is a mixed number, and we need to turn that into an improper fraction. So to do that, you multiply your numerator times your whole number, and then you add your numerator to that to give us our new numerator. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, and we keep it over the denominator of 2. I'm going to scroll up a little bit, and then we're going to multiply that times 1/5. Before I multiply, I always check to see if there's something I can simplify first, but there isn't. Well, there is. There's something here we could simplify. So you could, if you wanted to do it this way, you could just multiply straight across and you get 5/10, which we know is 1/2. So when I say simplify before you multiply, you could have canceled out these 5's, because 5 divided by 5 is 1. So then it would be 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 1 is 2, and that's how you get 1/2. So we know that this, the blocks that are going into the storage container are 1/2, does it say feet? Let's look, is 1/2 foot by 1/2 foot by 1/2 foot. So that means, I'm going to draw a cube. We have so far just discovered, that is not good, we have just discovered that this is 1/2 foot, and that this is 1/2 foot, and it's 1/2 foot tall. Alright, so we need to find the volume of one cube-shaped block. Now, I'm honestly surprised they're not saying how many of these cubes will fit into the storage container. I'm honestly shocked that they did not ask that. But instead, they want us to find the volume of one block. Alright, so this wasn't that hard. A lot of these questions, you'll notice, is more reading than any difficulty here, because in this case, you really just had to find 1/5 of 2.5, which would mean you'd multiply those two numbers, and you would find out that each side length is 1/2 foot. So all you have to do now is multiply 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. And the reason we do that is because volume equals length times width times height. Alright, so we plug in 1/2 foot times 1/2 foot times 1/2 foot. You're going to get 1/8 feet cubed, or another way you could have written that is 1/8 cubic feet. Alright, there's different approaches on that one as far as feet cubed or cubic feet, but that doesn't matter. So to find volume, again, you take your length, your width, and your height, and you multiply. Volume is a measurement of capacity, and it tells you how much space something takes up or how much it can hold. In this example, they kept it fairly easy. A lot of times you'll see, like in our modules and other state tests, you have maybe witnessed questions that will ask you to they'll give you the size of a box and they ask you how many 1/2 foot by 1/2 foot by 1/2 foot cubes will fit into that box. And what happens is a lot of people think, oh, well, it's just double the amount. Well, it would take double the amount wide, double the amount long, and double the amount high for you to actually figure out how many. So you have to essentially cube that bottom number. So in this case, 2 cubed is 8, right? So we've got 1/8 foot cubed for our answer. So the answer there is 1/8 foot cubed. Is there a line for us to write our answer? Yes. So 1/8 cubic feet. All right. So I just want to do a quick little question for the people who are trying to get bonus points or win a prize. So if you are in my class, if you could come in on Monday with the answer to this question, you will get your name entered. So, what is the volume of a rectangular prism that has a width of 2 inches, a length of 3 inches, and a height of 4 inches? You're expected to write the units as well, right? So again, find the volume of a rectangular prism that is 2 by 3 by 4 inches. All right. Don't forget to check out those other videos. If you haven't subscribed to Math with Mrs. Lehman yet, please do so. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.